Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. I saw the name of the knife on the outside of this box and I thought, haven't I reviewed this before? Not sure. If you're seeing this, it means that it's different enough, or it's a different variation or something, enough for me to upload it. Obviously, if they send me a duplicate, I don't do duplicate uploads. But if it's something interesting, then sure, absolutely. So thanks so much to Maxace for sending this in. I will, of course, provide links down in the descriptions. There's only one description. Down in the description where you can buy this. So check those out. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. There we go, the little quality seal there. Whoops, I cut into the box a little bit. That's okay. All right, so what do we have here? Doesn't feel overly heavy. We got the card. Okay, we have anything else? No, we just have all the other stuff that they typically send. All right, put this guy over here. What have you put in this? Oh, yeah, okay, now hold on. I believe that the version that I reviewed was, this is such a weird knife. Was it? It wasn't a slip joint. Is it? Oh, hold on. Let's just read. Let's read. The Beetle 2 black carbon fiber inlay stonewashed blade. This is a knife that is, I think, specifically designed for people who want the combination of modern and classic, and they also want a premium knife without having to pay a super premium price tag. There's an indicator. Number one, this is really cool. This is polished carbon fiber, and it's contoured and matches. In fact, holy moly, that seam transition is basically nothing. That is an absolutely perfect seam transition between titanium and carbon fiber. This is so polished that for a second I thought it was micarta. But it's contoured surface finished or surface polished carbon fiber. Very, very cool. Okay, so we have a titanium frame all the way down. You have a steel back lock, probably a steel pocket clip. I'm actually curious about that. I don't know. It doesn't really want it, right? Could be non-magnetic steel, but I believe the idea here was to deliver this package for a very reasonable price. I think if you guys use that link down in the description, you'll probably be pretty surprised by the price. And I have to guess at this moment because I don't know. I'm just guessing. But super smooth despite being a backlock, and this runs on phosphor bronze. Does it? Yeah, almost certainly. I'm sorry. I'm looking up at the light here. But it appears that it's run. Let's get a flashlight on it. It absolutely does appear as if it's running on phosphor bronze. There it is, right there. Yeah, that's what that looks like to me. Unless those are the edges of like the bearings, the bearing housing, and the bearings are like tucked into a little pocket on the blade, which is possible. But that's what that looks like to me. It looks like phosphor bronze. Sorry, I'm trying to hold her steady there, and the camera's shaking. So that's pretty cool, because that very much is like, you know, I don't know if phosphor bronze, if I'd call that, you know, classic really, but I think it goes along with this style more. Something that I do find irritating, as cool as this knife is, number one, I'm not really a backlock person, but I think it's kind of neat that they're doing this. I mean, Maxace, a company that's like super capable of like absolutely wild and crazy stuff. But number one, like, I'm not much of a backlock fan, but I know a lot of people are. Truthfully, disengaging the lock is super easy. I'd be careful about it though, honestly, because I don't think there's really a way to avoid like stretching my finger out to use my, stretching my hand out to use my index finger as a block for the blade. A little bit, yeah, you can get it right there, but it's not the most like comfortable thing. This is a knife that, you know, if I was carrying it, I probably would use two hands every single time to disengage it. Access to the stud, it's okay. I kind of wish that it had like some steps on it or something, or that I could get more underneath it from this side, because engaging it from here is a little bit like you really have to put a lot of pressure straight into it instead of underneath it. You absolutely can like flick it out, no problem, which is pretty crazy considering the detent is created by the back lock. And I don't have perfect leverage off the thumb stud, and it's running on, presumably, phosphor bronze. It is actually ridiculously smooth for operating on phosphor bronze. This is M390. I believe... Nope. No, this is M398. What? Yeah, okay, so that's a big game changer there. Couple of questions. Number one, what the heck is M398? I feel like a lot of you know. If you don't know, M398 is, in terms of edge retention, like a super M390. It has lower corrosion resistance and lower toughness, which is something you have to pay attention to, but the edge retention is far superior, especially when they actually hit it at the correct HRC. You can hit M398 at 61, 62, and it will still be vastly superior to M390 at the same HRC. But M398 truly shines at, to my knowledge, 63, 64. I don't necessarily expect Maxace to hit those numbers, but if they're hitting at least 62, this is pretty awesome. Now, hopefully, I said like, oh, if you go check the price, you'll probably be happy with the price. Now that I know it's M398, maybe they are charging a little bit more. If they actually get this thing under 200, which I doubt, but if they do, that's pretty impressive. This is different from the first one in that the first one was simply a slot opener, which I didn't love, right? Here I think is a slightly missed opportunity. This thumb stud appears to be one that you can remove and flip over to the other side. Great. Left-handed people can enjoy it that way. Actually, no, that's incorrect. You can't do that because look at how this is nested into the frame. Here's how they should have done this. Number one, this is a symmetrical clip. You should have offered the option to mount it on the other side. It's an ambidextrous locking system. It's ridiculous to not do that. Number two, this cutout should be present on both sides so that you can take this thumb stud off and flip it over to the other side, or just make it a dual thumb stud knife. I don't know why this model absolutely had to be a right-handed only knife. We have a back lock. Anytime you have a lock that creates the same experience for a left or right-handed user, it should be a no-brainer. Offer it to both left and right-handed people. Now, there's always some actually guy in the comments who's like, oh, I just put it in my, I'll just carry, I'm left-handed, just carry my right-hand pocket. I mean, yeah, you can do that. You can. But I feel like, I don't want to speak for left-handed people. I'm right-handed. I don't want to be forced to carry a left-handed knife in my left-hand pocket. I just want it to be made so that I can carry it the way that I want. I have to assume most left-handed people think the same way, right? And if you don't and you're not bothered by it, I think that's perfectly fine. But I would be bothered by it. So that's why I speak out on it. Really pretty cool. I think this is a better version despite some of those little oddities there. Let's go ahead and weigh it. So the weight on this guy, the Beetle 2, we're coming in here at 4.5 ounces, a little heavier than I thought. I was going to say 4.2, maybe like low fours, but okay. Balance on the guy is definitely going to be back of the pivot a bit, but that makes sense considering all the weight in the back lock there. Cool. Okay. Interesting. The M398 element is certainly the most interesting part of this. That's going to be it today, guys. Uh-oh, where'd the card go? Card is gone. Nope, it's right here. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex if you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you'd like to check out my other content. I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.